Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first Powered Cube draft here on Arena. Let's jump right into the queue and see if we can get into a nice draft here. Hopefully, the Boros nerfs are effective here, and we can see a little bit more varied decks from the folks in the draft. Wow, this one's firing quickly. Little break from my normal Magic Online. Oh, wow, we have some pretty good stuff here. We're just going to take the mocks, but Minsk and Poo is great. Obviously, Pest Infestation's really good. Yeah, let's start off here in a nice little piece of power. Now we're playing ranked best of one. I don't love best of one, but unfortunately, the best EV does come from playing this format. All right, what do we have here? There's Prismatic Vista. There's some reasonable green cards if we want to stick to the green, given our Mox is green. Sin is a nice little thing to cheat into play. Bats is nice. I think given the lack of particularly good cards in this pack, I mean, Sheldock's nice too. I might actually just stick to green. I've avoided drafting green to some extent, but Mox definitely makes green a sweeter proposition. Now, between these three green cards, Nissa is obviously the most powerful, but I think Birds is probably a little bit more of a starting card here. Then we'll see if any good green cards wheel from here. We could end up in a nice little green-red beatdown deck. Potentially try the lands deck, although I'm not sure if they added in all the additional support for it. I think it was missing some pieces the first time this cube was on Arena. Ooh, Elspeth Stormslayer. If you remember from my Magic Online drafts, I'm a pretty big fan of this card. Don't know that it necessarily works that well with green. There's that Stow creature that can make tokens. You also don't have to be green. In terms of good green cards, there's Sentinel, which is really nice. This is not in the Magic Online cube currently, but it is pretty powerful. Ren and 6 if we're going to play lands. Overlord of the Boiler Bilges is nice for like a green-red beats deck. I think I'm inclined to take the Sentinel here. Also, if we do wield Elspeth, this makes tokens, so could be a nice synergy here. All right. Well, these packs are pretty interesting. What does this do? Size makes sense. Okay. Nice little card selection. Doesn't do anything early, which is where this type of effect I think is best. Because once you've got a bunch of lands in play, the revealing a land piece is a lot less interesting. Although revealing a creature piece becomes more interesting, but then again, you're missing almost twice as often as you used to miss if you were able to play this on like turn 1 or something. So I don't think that's a great one. Here, Mai is okay if we're going to be playing against some kind of control or storm deck. There's some lands, but maybe I'll just take a Tali here. It's a powerful card to ramp into. Also, potentially, if we don't end up in green, it's a good cheat target. All right. Well, here's an Ice Till if we want to leave ourselves open to the lands deck. I like the lands deck in theory. It just always seems underpowered and hard to put together. And you kind of really want Strip Mine for it to work. Bristly Bill is a strong green aggro card. Pyromancer's a good card in general. If we had the Elspeth, we would probably be taking the Mentor here. So let's see. I think Bristly Bill will make the deck whether or not we're a lands deck and will be good in the lands deck. Whereas Ice Till's kind of only good in the lands deck. Let's take Bristly Bill here. Oh, now there's a fast bond. Fast bond. Again, a little bit of a trap for the land stack, but can do some things. Not great with Moxes, which is, I think, one of the weaknesses of fast bond. It doesn't work great with low land counts. You want high land counts, maybe even 18 to 20 lands in a fast bond deck. So Moxes obviously hurt that. We could take FOMO or Raptor. Not like the best beatdown cards, but they're okay. So here I think it's between the Rumble and the Fast Bond. I think I'm going to take the Rumble. Again, I kind of want to avoid this land's trap unless we really have a compelling reason. Namely, we have a strip mine to be in there, or we picked up a nice hill for free. Now, do we take a natural order here? We have a 1-drop. We don't have a target to get yet, though I imagine it's not that hard to get one. We want to stick to the aggro plan. We could take Inti. Inti's a nice card. I think there's less of a discard deck in this version than in the current Magic Online version. So between Inti and Natural Order, I think I'm going to take the Natural Order. And hopefully we could find something that works well with it. Ooh, I've never seen Kefka before. Interesting. Nice little value beater. Here we have kind of nothing. So if we're going to pair a non-red color with green, I don't even know what it would be. I guess we could take a red-black land in case we end up in Jund. Oh, wow. All the green cards wheeled here. That's really nice. So Pest Infestation is probably stronger than Nisser or Kavu on average. This is pretty decent, but I don't know how likely we're to actually get the Elf or Elemental Claws to work. So I think I'll take Pest Infestation here. It's just a strong card to have in any green deck. Now Sin is here, which is a good natural order target. So yeah, let's just grab Sin. Be a good thing to do. And then the strong green card wheeled. Lotus Cobra did not wheel. And I think Ice Till also didn't wheel. On Shifting Woodland or the Seismic Sense? I'll just take the Woodland. Someone has to play Seismic Sense against me to make me convinced it's any good. I think the Revoker for the sideboard. It's a really strong sideboard card. I don't know why people are sleeping on it. I don't think we're going to be playing Field of the Dead. So let's take the Raptor here and see if maybe we end up in red-green beats versus just like kind of a mono-green natural order type deck. All right, so the lands cards got taken. Oh, there's another great natural order target. Oh, but there's a Mox Ruby. All right, sorry, Atraxa. I have to take the power over you. Definitely worth it. I'm not unhappy to open a Mox, but pretty unlikely to wheel Atraxa unless nobody's doing any cheaty things. I mean, I guess Sin wheeled. So there's a chance no one's doing any cheaty things. So last time this cube did not have Through the Breach. I don't know if they've added it in or added some kind of functional reprint version without Splice onto Arcane. My assumption is they haven't. So our cheatiness so far is limited to natural order and potentially ramping. Now this is an interesting place because if we want to lean more into the ramping, there's Llanowar Elves. Otherwise, Pyrogoyf is just a really strong card. And Skull Clamp could be pretty decent, especially if we pick up a few more elves. Given that our best game plan right now is natural order, I think I want to take the elves because we could do some really absurd starts with like Mox, Elf, natural order kind of thing. So I want to make sure that this natural order actually works. If we could wheel the Atraxa, that'd be fantastic. But there's other good green targets. We already have Sin. Sin's very nice. Can we do anything really busted with Sin is the question. Could make copies of any permanent in the yard. We did pick up a Rumble. So we could do things like bin a Nissa and then like natural order a Sin and get Nissa back. That would be kind of absurd. All right, what do we have here? There's Broadside Bombardiers, which is obviously just like a very good card. Fnatic Aronas is decent. What does this do? A 3-mana bolt or 5 life bolt. Oh, it's not a bolt at all. It's a redirect. Oh, weird. Okay. A cheap redirect. Kind of funny to use this on a Thoughtseize. Make you Thoughtseize yourself. I mean, Broadside Bombardiers is so good. We have Sentinel to make stuff to throw. We have some artifacts and birds and things we could throw. Fnatic is nice, but it is 2 mana, and I'd much rather have 1 mana rampers. So I think Bombardiers is pretty good here. And now I think Ragavan is just like perfect. I know it's not exactly on the natural order plan, but it's just a must answer card. Again, like the options otherwise would be like Caryatid. I mean, maybe Parallax Wave if you want to inch into white. It's just a very strong card. But can't complain about a Ragavan here, especially we already have a Mox Ruby too. Now here, I don't love Figure of Destiny in a green deck, obviously. I think we could just take a fetch land here. We should be able to find targets for it. And there's not much else here. We could take Skoos for the sideboard. We could take Suplex. Oh, wait. There's no sideboard. It's best of 1. Sorry. Okay. Well, maybe we're main decking this Revoker. I don't know. We'll see what to do with the Revoker later. But yeah, here I'll just take a Skoos over a Suplex. This is another reason why I don't like best of 1 as much. Like, am I just going to have to main deck a Skoos? Like, doesn't seem great. Here's a Sneak Attack and a World Spine Worm. Wow. That's interesting. And a Fiery Confluence and a Once Upon a Time We're All Great. What the heck is Bahamut? We're up to 1. Oh, this is a thing I could cheat in with Sin, pretty funnily enough. But I don't know how easy it's going to be to get into. Like, oh, I could Sneak Attack this. But that doesn't do a ton. It just destroys a permanent and hits for 9. Interesting. I think I want to take the Sneak Attack. It's just going to be really good with my top end here and with my ramp. Hopefully we can get that World Spine Worm back. There shouldn't be too many people who want it unless someone opened a flash. Now here, I think we could take Monolith because some amount of the time we could just cast Atali. We could cast Nissa. It's not even going to be that hard to cast Sin if we pick up some fixing. We already have a Verdant, and we also have a Black Cleave Cliffs. Ooh, I like Crobomination. I like Triplicate Titan. Neither are natural order targets, but both can be snuck attack. I think I'll take the Titan. Yeah. Oh, we wield the Atraxa. That's perfect. All right. So I think we have a great top end here for this game plan. We want. I don't think we're going to play a Swift Spear. I don't think we're going to play a Talisman. I guess there's a chance we could play Ghost Fire Slice. Let's see. There's also a chance we could play Fatal Push, but we don't have the mana for it quite yet. Would we play a Spell Bomb here? I think we're more likely to want to play a Verge than a Spell Bomb. And oh, there's a Sanctum, there's a DRC, there's a Utopia Sprawl. Utopia Sprawl could be pretty interesting here. I feel like Mox, Emerald, Forest, Utopia Sprawl could do some things. All right, we might play this Pillage the Bog. We'll see. And depending on the mana. Who Once Upon a Time. It's fantastic. And Vamp Tutor might actually make the deck too, again, depending on the mana. What is this thing? 4 mana 5/5, 4 oil counters. There's trample if it has 2 or fewer oil counters. Otherwise, it has hexproof. 4 mana 5/5 hexproof. And then eventually becomes a trample, and then eventually becomes dead. I guess that's not a bad thing to ramp into. It is pretty big of a beater. What is Boomy Unleashed? 5 mana 5/4. It enters. It makes a 4/4 land creature with haste. Does not untap the land. When it deals combat damage to a player, untap all my lands, and there's an additional combat only for land creatures. Interesting. It is a nice beater. Currently, we would be taking like Palantir, Unbarrow Rights, Spinoderm. What is this thing? All these new cards. 4 mana 4/4 Death Touch Haste Ward. Collect Evidence 4. So the ward is Collect Evidence 4? Wow. It's hard to kill. 4 mana Death Touch Haste 4. I'm just going to take Mana Crypt. Yeah, that seems pretty easy. I didn't even notice it there. Very nice thing to have access to here. All right, here there's Titania, but we're not the lands deck, and we only have 1 fetch. Urobroid and Gargaroth are both interesting. Not much else here that we care about. Ramping into Urobroid could end games very quickly. More so than a Gargaroth. I think Gargaroth is a little bit more defensive. Now, what is this thing? Kyoshi. 8 mana 6/6. Hexproof on my turn. The beginning of combat on my turn, make an 8/8 land and untap it. That's interesting. Something that pretty good to natural order into and not that bad to sneak attack into either. Oh, there's also Torsten though. I think Torsten's just better. What is this? Oh, Full Art Sunbaked Canyon. Torsten, Goldspan Dragon is not bad. Oh, this is kind of a compelling reason to play a Rafellos deck, but I don't think we want to play a Rafellos. Oh, there we go. We got the Hoof. Hoof, there it is. Unreal Flame of the West. I don't remember what this does. Make some 1/1s. And if it's on a legendary creature, the 1/1s are attacking. That's pretty good with the Elspeth deck. Amped Raptor any good? I guess if I was more aggressive and less cheaty. Yeah, let's just take this Hoof man. What do we have here? Ancient Tomb, potentially. Not great with like Ragavan and stuff, but I don't know if I want Tursa or Endstone. I'll take the Tomb. Just Ravager, Regrowth, Micah Spawn, Evenwald Oddity. Micah Spawn can find Ancient Tomb, which is interesting. This thing. Copy this thing if you sacrifice stuff. You have 8 or more airships. They're just creatures. Interesting. I think I'm gonna take the oddity. Oh, I guess I missed it. I took the Micah Spawn instead of the oddity. That's fine. Now we have Sundering Titan. Metamorphose is kind of interesting. How are we looking? We're at 29. We're at 26. We have to make 29 minus 5. We're at 24. We have to make a couple cuts. I don't think we're playing any of these cards really. Also, don't think we're playing any non-basics other than Ancient Tomb. Interestingly, we didn't really get there on non-basics. Sadly, this fetch land's not doing anything. Someone just took all the lands. We'll take the Seething Song. I don't think we're going to play it, though. Now we got to decide what our couple of cuts are here. Metamorphose can hardcast some of these things sometimes. but we could just natural order them. We could also cast off like Birds and Utopia Sprawl and Ragavan treasures. What is this? Bossing Se. Can make some value sometimes. Okay. I have a lot of basics, so it's kind of a free roll to play, I think. I'll take Burst Lightning. I don't know if I'm going to play it. And this guy came around. So did Rafellos. Huh. We have enough big things. We're going to have a decent amount of forests. I think I actually want to play Rafellos. The jar, but I doubt I'm playing it. RS not going to make it. Ooh, all oddity wield. This is interesting. I wish we had some taigas and stuff like that. Because Rafellos would be a lot better if we did. That being said, we can skew more green. I don't know how good this Boomy is. More of a green-red aggro card. Triplicate Titan is good with the Rafellos, but also good with the Sneak, but doesn't work with Natural Order. How much does that matter? Let's say these are land. What I don't know what this mana base is. Let's take a real mana base here. Program. Okay, green. I changed. Oh look, I can make full art lands. Final Fantasy. Those are the only full arts. I don't know. Maybe that's a collection thing. Whatever. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's start with 9 of these because of our fellows. Then this makes us have what? 12 green sources. And then that's 17 like this. I wonder if we just shave the red and just really lean into the green. We could play the Triplicate Titan pretty easily that way. These get cast off natural order. What if we do this? This is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is 18. I don't know if we want 18. A good number of forests for Rafellos, although maybe we just get rid of this bossing, say. Put another forest. Maybe we can get rid of woodlands. Let's just go as many forests as we can reasonably do. Excuse me. And then now we have really good forests or Rafellos. We can sometimes Manamorphose to cast these things, although I don't know if we really want to do that. 14, 15, 16, 17 lands plus Mana Crypt. Are we playing Sneak Attack? We could play Sneak Attack off 0 forests. I mean, off 0 mountains. Alternatively, we could play like a Revoker, a Hearse, or a Jar. Jar can dump things in the yard for Sin. We could just play a Singleton Mountain to find off Micah Spawn. Otherwise, we have 1, 2, 3-ish red sources. How important is the sneak attack? Otherwise, these things are only ever coming in with natural order. I mean, I guess Torsten is not that hard to cast. We have like 3 sources for Torsten. You kind of wish we ended up with More dual lands with a forest type. I want to end up more red. I mean, Ragavan, Bombardiers, and Atali are all pretty good cards. And Sneak Attack. We want to play Ragavan. We're going to want like 8 or 9 red sources. We have 1. We want to get up to 8 red sources. We're going to have to cut 7 forests. The Raphellos is going to become so much worse. But how good is Raphellos really? Raphellos is very good at casting Nissa, Craterhoof, Triplicate Titan, Micah Spawn, Walled Oddity. Thing. What if I just cut the Raphellos and just play red-green? We want 10 green sources for birds and stuff. We can add 4 red sources or 5 red sources, which means we'll be up to 6 red sources total, which is already not great for Ragavan. What if we cut Ancient Tomb? Then we go up to 8 red sources. Ragavan gets a little bit better. We'll have 10-8. It makes it a lot easier to cast Sneak Attack. And we could just play some of these good cards. And Ragavan also helps sometimes casting the big things. Yeah, I think. See what happens if we cut Raphellos. We could bring in. We want to bring in Tali, Ragavan, Sneak Attack. What do we need to cut? I mean, we could cut Monolith. It's a little redundant with some of the stuff that we're doing here. My count this is a land. This is tough. I want to play these cards. Makes me less likely to cut Micah Spawn, to be honest. Oddities. Interesting. I'm like somewhere between aggro and cheat. If I switch to an aggro deck. I don't know. These cheat cards are so good, though. How many creatures do I even have for Crater Hoofing? I have like 2 Dorks, Bill, Rumble, Sentinels. Hoof's not even that amazing. If I'm stretching my mana, I'm less likely to cut Manamorphose. I could cut Grim Monolith. Still requires 1 more cut. I mean, this is really good. It's flexible, it can make threats, it can kill important permanents. I cut some of these dorky guys, then Hoof gets even worse. Unless we go full on ramp cheat. Can I play DRS? Not really. Only have 1 fetch land. And Rumble. What if we cut like some of these aggro things and bring in like Seething Song? Maybe we cut Crater Hoof in 17. Bring in Fellows. Really play this. Bring in Jar. Bring in Grim Monolith, and we're just like full on cheat mode. Not even full on cheat mode because we could still ramp to these 4s. We're just cutting like the dorky, not dorky. I mean, Bombardiers and Ragavan aren't exactly dorky. They must answer threats. No, I think I prefer the must answer threats. And then you run it something like this. Do we want any of the burn? I mean, we're the ones posing the questions, not really trying to answer them. And then we just don't run Crater Hoof. We don't have that many things that are going to be in play early for Crater Hoof. What if we don't want? What if we don't want Utopia Sprawl? We commit to just never casting these things. I mean, not never, but like usually not. And then we could fit Hoof 5. So now we've got 6 red sources. Not amazing with Ragavan, to be honest. 10 green. Sometimes Bop is a green. We go even one further down. And now that we're not running Rafellos, we could bring in like Shifting Woodlands and Bossing Zeh. You could even bring a Verdant in for Bristly Bill purposes. And if we want to try to hardcast some of these things, we can bring in like Cleaves or Cliffs and Verge. Oh, Verge doesn't tap for green main. That's no good. We do something like this, which makes us very rarely slightly more able to cast these cards. And I don't think there's a particularly high cost to it since we're not running Rafellos anyway. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 9, 7. I mean, I think this is okay. We're not running Rafellos, Sprawl, Monolith, or Jar. We want to run Monolith. It's a weird deck. I don't know why this is so hard to build. I guess like mono green ramp wants to be doing its own thing, and like red green cheat wants to be doing its own thing, and like red green aggro wants to be doing its own thing, and I'm kind of straddling all of them. But maybe that's a point to take into a future draft. Yep. I think I'm okay running it like this. We'll kind of see how this works. And hopefully the fact that we're in like schizophrenic mix of different archetypes, if you forgive the insensitive term, it's just something we're going to have to figure out. All right. Well, we'll see you in round 1. All right. Welcome to round 1 of this Powered Cube draft with this neat little green red ramp / cheat deck. What do we have? We have birds, we have Bill, Once Upon a Time. I think this is keepable. Not the best hand, but we have a turn 1 birds, we have Once Upon a Time, so we can potentially get something going here. Little at a minimum, we have turn 2 Bristly Bill into a land, which is nice. Lint is tanking on their turn 1 play here. He Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Right. Start with Once Upon a Time. And I think we want to leave Sin in the deck for obvious reasons. Let's just grab a mountain here. Go turn 1 birds, and we'll pass. Next turn we have Bristly Bill into mountain. Start putting up some pressure. And opponents trying to do some ramping themselves. Let's see if they hit a land with this Explorer. Oh, Strip Mine. That's a little annoying, but we still have mana. See if they end up playing one of the land recursion cards next turn. Could potentially be problematic. All right, let's just play Bill, and we'll pass here. A lot of lands in hand, but if they end up recurring Strip Mine over and over again, that's not going to help. Unless Bristly Bill's going to go all the way. All right, let's hopefully we can avoid an Ice Tail Explorer here. Ooh, Island. Oh, well, all right. Well, this is going to be a difficult game. Now they're just going to recur Strip Mine every turn, sometimes twice. So very soon we're going to get to the point where Bristly Bill's going to have to go all the way. Wonder if I'm supposed to be putting the counters on birds. Could start getting damage in sooner. I kind of going to need to draw some Moxes if I'm ever going to play a spell again. Otherwise, we're all in on Bristly Bill. Let's see, out of cards I can cast, I might be limited to Ragavan, Metamorphose, Rumble. Bill dies. Might be a quick loss. We can get a couple of Moxes in a row. We might be able to get up to Natural Order or Sneak Attack levels of mana, which could put us back in the game. But as it is right now, we're in a lot of trouble. This doesn't have reach, does it? No, but it can shoot and kill Bill. It also can trade with Bill if I attack as a 4/4. Yeah, this is not looking great for me. Oh, that's not getting cast anytime soon. All right, Bill survives, or Loot can shoot for 3. How big can we make this Bill? One more landfall trigger and I could block Loot. It does seem like it's going to be very hard to actually get to a point where I can win this game. Okay. One more turn of Loot hitting me for 4. Interestingly enough, in the draft, I talk crap on the land stack and then immediately lose to the land stack. But, you know, they have Strip Mine in their starting hand and Ramp Dice to Explorer on turn 3. Not always going to have that draw. End up against somewhat of a slow draw from me. No power, no cheat. Eternal Witness. I'm doing some wheel spinning here. No attack with loot there, and they exhaust it to time warp. They don't want to trade loot for Bill. Bill's like my entire game plan. Seems to be a mistake. Like Bill versus their entire deck, and they don't want to trade loot for Bill. Cards left. Oh, it wasn't exhausted. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Exhaust is not exert. Exhaust is just ability they can use once each. Okay, so that's fine. I mean, they still got a free attack, but or they still missed a free attack and they missed another one here. Well, that's going to be a problem. Now they can just start strip mining their own lands. Okay, I think I've seen enough here. Let's move on to the next game. All right, welcome to game 2 with our little cheaty rampy red-green deck. Let's see if we get to play Magic this time. I don't love having a Troxan Sin in hand, but I do love a turn 1 Ragavan, so I think that's worth keeping. And then we'll see if the monkey can win the game on their own. Island Currency Converter works for me. Hit with Ragavan, see what we flip. Flip the treasure. Actually, I'm going to not use the treasure to get an extra counter on Bill. Instead, I'm going to see if I can't use it to cast potentially one of these guys at some point. Ladies? Leviathan monsters? Force of Will on Bill. Okay. I don't hate that. What do they pitch? Brazen Borrower? They're going to let Ragavan hit again? Okay. I don't know how I feel about opponent's plays here. They Force of Will a Bill. Meanwhile, Ragavan is still beating them up. Nice draw. Let's hit again here. Get another treasure. We're going to play a Sentinel here. We're very close to casting one of these big bombs. I don't have a blocker for Ragavan, though they can't be that far away. Wow. They have, or specifically don't have. Maybe they're just looking for a removal for Ragavan? They didn't have double white? Okay. Well, I mean, let's keep going. Another Ragavan hit. Into a Teferi? I mean, do I just play their Teferi? That's pretty good. Or I could just play a Troxa. I mean, if I play a Troxa and they have like a Wrath or a Balance, that could be rough. But Troxa's also going to draw a bunch of cards. I play their Teferi, which costs 2 of my treasures, and then I potentially can't cast one of these anymore. But I can get rid of their Converter and start drawing cards. That is interesting. I think I do want to get rid of their Converter. That also plays around Mana Tithe this way. And now I have still this Ragavan and Sentinel that they have to deal with. And now, you know what, let me do some exploring here. We don't need that. So they're still really far behind. Now, even through a Wrath of God, I've got an active Teferi. Johnny. Okay. Well, Johnny can block the monkey. Raider Hoof. We've got up to 6 mana. Start by drawing a card. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so let's play Ouroborid and explore onto it. See if we can't Make our team ginormous. Oh, I'll keep that on top, I think. Yeah, now the team just gets so much bigger. So now this can block. They can make an Ajani by blocking here, but I think that's okay because they're still under a ton of pressure. I don't want to take my foot off the gas quite yet, even if it gives them an Ajani Planeswalker. One seems pretty well in hand for us. Jace the Mind Sculptor is not going to save you here. They could bounce Roboroid and make a chump blocker, but I'll start losing some Planeswalkers here, or just the game. They bounce Ragavan. That's crazy. Bounce Sentinel. That is. Why would they bounce Sentinel? Well, let's draw a card. A land. Let's play a land. Now we have 7 mana. We can play a full Nissa. All right, my opponent's just off it. There's just no way they're coming back from this. All right, 1-1. See you in the next game. All right, welcome to game 3 here against a random noob, which is a term that could describe us both. We've got another turn 1 Ragavan, which is pretty great. This time on the draw, but I still think it's great. Our opponent stumbles at all. I mean, well, you saw what happened last game. The monkey just wins games. Who needs to cheat out a giant 7-drop when you can hit him with a monkey pirate? All right, we'll keep the monkey pirate hand. Let's see what the opponent does here. All right, monkey pirate it is. Let's see if they have some kind of fatal push nonsense here. Nope. Any sorcery speed removal, cut down. Blood Chief's Thirst. They're looking at the monkey. Does the monkey live? Fire verges on Black Lotus. That's a little scary. I can just go over the top of the monkey. All right. Sneak attack? Am I dead? Hopefully not an Eldrazi. Hopefully not a World Spine Worm. What do I want to be hit with? Atroxa. Okay. Atroxa is not that bad, except Atroxa hitting Animate Dead is pretty bad. And Fury to kill Ragavan. Yikes. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to win. If they don't Fury the Ragavan here and we get to Pest Infestation to sneak attack, we might have a chance. But even then, we have to beat an Animate Dead on Atroxa. I guess we'll have to make a decision over whether we're Pest Infestationing sneak attack or otherwise. All right, they did not Fury. So I do want to be wary of getting snuck attack here. They also have Animate Dead. Because they can sneak attack Sundering Titan, so I don't really want to play a forest. Get in with the monkey. What we could do about this. All right, we have a treasure token so that next turn we will be able to Pest Infestation multiple things. No, because they could blow up my mountain. We'll be able to at least Pest Infestation one thing. So let's just play this for now, and then we'll pass. There's a chance we can die here. So there's also a chance that we could blow up Animate Dead and Sneak Attack, and then potentially have some outs to stay in the game. We have a couple of, I guess I should have played Shifting England, but we have a couple of non-basics to play around this Sundering Titan. Oh, yeah, they have yet another thing. Okay. Oh, and they hit death? Ugh. Yep, I think we're just dead. Now they're going to have an Atroxit in play that we can't answer, and we're going down to 6. I don't know what other outs we would have from this point. I mean, maybe... No, we don't even have a way to really natural order here. They could also hit a flash target right now, and they might even just flash into Sundering Titan to kill our mountain. Oh, Archon? Okay. Yeah, I think that's enough. All right, well, that's how it goes. All right, welcome to game 4 here. We're 1-2 against what was a pretty disgusting start last round with Sneak Attack on turn 2 off of a Black Lotus. Somewhat unimpressive hand despite having a Mox here. Oh, that helps a decent bit. Let's start with a Verdant. I wonder if we're supposed to play around Thoughtseize. They didn't Thoughtseize turn 1. Oh, I guess maybe we weren't supposed to play a Verdant into the Death Rite, but 2, 3, 4. We'll have 5 mana on turn 2. I think I am going to run out the Ruby, but I'll keep the Mana Crypt in hand. Keep Cavern Bat. Okay, so here they probably take the Mana Crypt, but that's okay. Because we're pretty far away from casting one of these things, even with the Crypt. This is where not having Burst Lightning or something like that in the main deck becomes a little bit painful, because we have actually no way in the deck to kill this Deep Cavern Bats. Oh, monkey's here. Do we just dash this monkey and offer the trade? I think I am happy to offer this trade. Get my Mana Crypt back, and if I don't, then a monkey hits. Oh, we do get a monkey hit. Okay. What does the monkey hit? Probe is not bad. Probe you. We see Deluge and Night's Whisper. Okay, Night's Whisper is likely getting cast next turn. They're pretty far away from Deluging. We're at 4. We'll be at 5 mana, so we can Ulvenwald Oddity next turn, which might inspire a Deluge. It will also inspire some fear in the opponent. Tapped Watery Grave. Okay. We draw Nissa. We could just cast this Nissa. That's pretty good. Let's do that over Ulvenwald Oddity. And if they don't have like a Force of Will for this Nissa, then it's just going to win the game. I'm going to pump out 3 3s. Oh, sorry, 4 4s. Keep my life total up unless they want to start hitting me instead of Nissa, but then this is going to be a big threat. Do they hit anything relevant here? Mildred or Liliana. This is an enchantment, so I can Pest Infestation it. They could Lily and make me sack the 4/4. That's only a temporary solution. And I could send Ragavan at somebody. Only triggers on hitting a player, so I'm probably still going to send it at the player. Yep. One Phyrexian, whatever it is, R down. Oh. We can natural order. Actually, we can natural order off of this green horror. That seems pretty good. Make a horror. Let's natural order it. We can get an Atroxin to play. That seems pretty good. Do they have days here? Force of negation. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. They pitched Narset. Oh, Froge. The Froge is scary. Do I have to worry about some kind of animate dead? I think at some point I want to. Oh, I can't cast Sin unless I start getting treasures. Need at least 2 treasures to cast Sin. Yeah, let me get rid of the Sin because I don't think it's coming in anytime soon. And they did not have an animate. Okay. This is not super long for the world. They have 1 card in hand, so they could make. Oh, well, forgot that I had that. Interestingly enough. Okay, so Ragavan will just get eaten by the frog at the cost of a deluge. Plus this Nissa, make a 3/3. My question is, do we just run out the sneak attack? Because then we have a Tali online next turn. They could start hitting. Well, they can't hit me with Frog unless they minus here. If they get rid of Lily and hit me with Frog, that's not the end of the world. Or they can get rid of Nissa. They can hit me with Lily and get rid of Nissa, and then they have to worry about sneak attack. I do kind of wish I kept this Sin now. I wasn't expecting to draw the sneak right away, but. Oh, Oddity kills Lily. Let's do that. Froge cannot stop the Oddity. And then maybe I could still sneak next turn if I get a land. Okay. A couple turns away from this Overlord mattering. I don't want to dodge them drawing some kind of reanimate effect. Not worried about the frog. I could always chump the frog with the 3/3, or if they want to lose like their whole yard and everything to get rid of this Nissa, that is acceptable. Okay, so they could discard 1 card and kill Nissa. We're also 1 untapped land away from sneak attacking an Atali, which isn't necessarily game winning, but it's not bad. Okay, we discarded the Deluge. So Nissa's down. Is this? Oh yeah, this draws a card off hitting walkers too. That's nice. I think we're in pretty good shape. As long as they don't draw some kind of reanimate type effect. They have not eaten. Oh, they don't have green, so they can't eat my creatures anyway. Thoughtseize? Oh, that's brutal. Okay. Yep, there goes Sneak. And there's the land too. So here, how much is this? This is 7 to flip. I think what we want to do is dash the Ragavan. It's going to trade with Deathrite, but that also helps us preserve our life total. I still have some flying to make there. Alternatively, we could just make a bunch of pests. That might be better, actually, than dashing here. Yeah, let's back with these. I guess I shouldn't have played the land yet, but yeah, now let's Pest Infestation for X equals 2. We can kill this and make 4 pests, which is going to pressure their graveyard to make the Froge able to hit, but also helps us with our alpha and beta strikes. Now, if they're attacking me with the Froge, they do have to worry about a dash and me swinging all out. And if they ever give me this Mana Crypt back, I can just hardcast Atali. Are they going to pump this frog at all? Oh, okay. So next turn, they could potentially kill me. 3, 7. They discard a bunch of cards, but they have to survive to next turn, which currently they're able to do. They just jump a 3/3. I mean, Mycospawn doesn't really help. We could Mycospawn, get a mountain, or any kind of untapped land, I guess, and then dash Ragavan. And then what happens if they block here? They take 4, 8, 10, and Ragavan has to do something really good. Alternatively, we just don't play the Mycospawn. They block Ragavan, then they take 11. Can't flip this up, so I think I'm dead here. They have enough to jump the frog again. I'm dead to just the frog. But let's see if they allow this to happen. Yeah, that's a shame. I thought I was going to win this game. That Thoughtseize was pretty backbreaking, though. And maybe just not playing the Mana Crypt was a big punt. If I had played the Mana Crypt, I would have had this Atali down ages ago. Also might have died. So, I don't know. Are they going to counter this Ragavan? They'd still have enough in the air to kill me. Oh. Edict. They're going to cast another spell? No? Okay. Well, let's send all of these. They block Ragavan, we just lose. And it seems like that's what they're going to do. Yeah, it's a shame. All right, well, 1 and 3 with this deck. It's not great, but, in Best of 1 Vintage Cube, a lot of the time it's just going to come to coin flips. They had their Black Lotus turn 1 start. We didn't have a busted opening really in any of our games other than just playing Ragavan. So that's going to happen some amount of the time. All right, they figured it out. Let's not waste any more time. All right, we'll see you in the next draft.